One of the main reasons why a lot of fashion and jewelry brands, their sales have been declining, plateauing over the past few years, is because of how the market cycles work and how most aren't, they maybe don't know about it, or they're just not, oh yeah, if they don't know about it, they don't know how to adapt to it, right? So this usually happens once every 4 years. And at the end of every cycle, there's usually a big spike and then it drops, right? So that big spike happened the latest big spike happened in 2021, where obviously the lockdown, so everyone's aggregated online, right? On the consumer side, they got stimulus checks, they got stimulus checks every single month, they got help from the government, so now they have all this money to spend. Right, I remember seeing some videos like consumers just going to Louis Vuitton stores and spending their stimulus checks, right? So this frenzy. So if you combine everyone's at home, they're all bored. They're just what they do. They go on their phones and start buying stuff online, right? And they get stimulus checks, which fuels their frenzy, their consumerism, like by 10x, right? On the business side, they gave out forgivable loans, right? Which means more money to use. So with all this extreme pump of demand and businesses getting all this pretty much free money, the market itself, a bunch of liquidity money just got injected into the market, and it just expanded. Expanded like exponentially. And also, iOS 14 and all that stuff wasn't out yet, right? So pretty much this is like the good old days. Every business, no matter what, you just have to exist and you're making money. So existing fashion brands were making a bunch of money. And then there's also other people were like, oh, okay, you can make all this money online. Let me start a fashion brand, right? So a bunch of new fashion brands just started emerging. And then the space just got extremely competitive, right? Trying to take advantage of this massive liquidity injection. But also, because of this, it's not sustainable. So at a certain point, the bubble pops, and then we see a massive decline. The cycle has to reset, aka a bear market in investing terms, right? So which is why over the past couple of years, stuff has just been declining, because if you inject this much money into the economy, inflation is going to go rampant, right? So which is why once they raise the rates, inflation goes up. They do all this fear mongering, consumerism dies down, everyone's scared, so spending decreases, right? So this inflated liquidity pool, this market starts shrinking very dramatically. And because there was so much excess, so many new fashion brands enter the market, maybe a lot of fashion brands, they over leveraged, meaning they like maybe took more loans out than usual, they bought more inventory than usual, right? Now they're over leveraged. So because as demand shrinks, the market shrinks and demand lowers,